Hi everybody, welcome and welcome back. My name is Kimiko Sumi, and today I am here to do a video on getting mental health help and before it's too late, and recognizing when you need to have intervention with your mental health diagnosis. And I'm going to give my perspective on my own mental health diagnosis and examples of why you should try to get help and how things can help you, and how different methods can help you with your with a psychiatric disorder, if you have one at least. And I'm going to give some tips and stuff like that, and some little suggestions and stories and examples once again. So if you want to watch the rest of this video, please keep watching. Peace. Now, there are more and more individuals with mental health problems than ever before, in my opinion. Every day, it seems like I see people who are struggling mentally, and a lot of it is due to job loss or money, financial reasons, and stuff like that, or maybe even genetics and just different things, outside struggle, stress. These different things could bring about a mental illness. So basically in this video, I want to talk about my diagnosis too. I know I kind of gave a brief overview of my video, but I want to first start talking about the diagnoses that I have personally. And I say these in different videos too. I made it perfectly clear that I have a mental disorder, several actually, but some of my mental diagnoses that I have, and I've written it down in a tablet just to keep my thoughts more organized, because it is kind of hard for me to kind of think clearly due to my mental illness. So I will be giving out my diagnoses, okay? Starting with paranoid schizophrenia. I have paranoid schizophrenia, PTSD, bipolar disorder, depression, anxiety, a multiple personality disorder that I self-diagnosed, by the way. And I have OCD, although I do love it. I actually do love having OCD, and I don't really consider it to be a mental illness, although people would classify that as a mental illness. And I actually did self-diagnose myself with OCD too, but. Okay, so basically, the reason I encourage people to seek mental health assistance is because you could have an altered reality. Things might not actually be what you think they are, and not taking medication can make it even worse. Okay, like I still have delusions and stuff all the time and paranoia, but it's not as bad as if it would be if I didn't take medication. So you got to consider altered realities that may or may not be true. Okay, so now another thing too, that why I encourage mental health assistance for other people and not just me, is that you could have grandiosity. You could think you're more important than what you actually are. And I know people think that about me, but I do have a legit reason to know who I am. But I'm not going to get into that because people will debate me on that. And I understand that, but it's not really up for debate. And I'm not going to discuss that in depth. Not in this video, at least. But excuse me for laughing. But anyway, another part of why I encourage mental health assistance is that it can be confusing if you don't, and that goes back to altered reality as well. Okay, now it could be the organizational skills that you have that could be thrown off even worse than if you take medication. If you take medication, it will be a lot better, judging by my own experience. Okay, and you want to become a functioning member of society, a fully functioning member of society. You want to add, happiness and just, what is it called? A just way of living. So you want to be, an asset to this world, a good asset. Okay. So that's why I encourage people to seek mental health assistance. Okay. Now, I will kind of give an example of why I also request that, well, not really request, but suggest that people seek mental health assistance if they really, are struggling mentally, is because when I wasn't taking my medications consistently, like I've always taken my medication for years, over a decade. But I've always been on top of it. But since I didn't take my medication the way that it was supposed to be taken, and it was the wrong medication probably as well. And one time I actually thought a delusion in my mind from not taking it properly, the medication, because that's another thing too. You might take your medication, but if you're not taking it properly, then it might not work very well. Okay, so the problem with it is that I walked down the street naked in downtown Santa Monica in Los Angeles, California, because I thought the mothership or a mothership was coming to come save me. And so I took off all my clothes because in my mind, the delusion was telling me, take your clothes off, you won't need it. And they were just saying different things like the voices, okay? And it was, I got picked up by the police. They made me put on like some paper clothes to put me in the car, and I got hauled off. And I'm not really ashamed of it because I know why I did that, and I understand that it was just a delusion. It's not like I was trying to compromise my integrity or self-respect. It was nothing like that. And I've never compromised my integrity, or barely, if ever. Okay, like sane or not sane, I just wouldn't do anything to really compromise my integrity. Although I was walking naked down Santa Monica Boulevard, and if you want to look that up about me, you will see my picture looking crazy. Okay, so you got to think about that. And that's why I encourage mental health assistance, okay? Now, additional problems that arise when you neglect or are improper with your medications. You need to take them correctly, like I said. Taking them correctly will kind of like, it will like really like give you more clarity. It'll give you clarity, like I said, like earlier, it'll give you more clarity. But basically, what kind of help you can get, the type of help you can get to, help you with your mental limitations is that you can go to doctors, you could go see a psychiatrist, and they will, what is it called, prescribe you with psychiatric medications. They'll give you therapy. They may even help you get stable living conditions if that's a problem, because I know that's a huge problem for people with mental health issues, and I've experienced that a lot as well, homelessness and stuff like that. And as a matter of fact, if you want me to help you with any more resources that you can't find online that I know and personally for like LA or Dallas, just let me know in the comment section, okay? Or just somehow just let me know, okay? But anyway, some of the other therapies are electric shock therapy, but I don't really recommend that because that could actually like harm your brain, and you could be more messed up than you were before. So be cautious with that. Do research on that like really in-depth research on electric shock therapy. But like I said, I don't suggest it personally. I've never tried it, but I don't suggest it. Okay, so now the benefits after receiving mental help. Like I said earlier, mental clarity, normal face expressions, okay? Alertness, being calm, like I said before. Now, you may still need to change up your medications from time to time, or like get up the dosages or get new medications. You might have to switch it up to get it to work for you. And then also that you could also end up becoming used to a medication or medication. So you also got to consider that too. But stay on top of your medications. Once you get prescribed medications or therapy or whatever, stay on top of it. Plan a schedule, organize a schedule. Just do what you got to do to keep your mental health intact, because you do not want to end up going to no jail or nothing like that. You don't want to go to a mental hospital because that's not a good place, like I said in several other videos. You want to be a stable member of society, and you want to be able to keep your pride and your integrity and self-respect, and you want to stay out of trouble, and you want to be able to provide for yourself as well. And one day, if you're not already doing it, then you may just be able to do it one day once you get the help, okay? And I'm not saying that in a negative way, because I understand. I know it sounds kind of, blunt once you get the help, because I kind of understand. I mean, I not kind of understand. I understand what that sounds like to somebody that is struggling mentally. But I need help, and I encourage anybody that's struggling to get help. Now, my bottom line basically is that you'll pull through, but the first step is to admit that you need help. Okay. With if you're dealing with more than you can handle, on your shoulder, on your back, if you don't feel like that you could cope with just yourself, helping your own self, then just ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help, because there are people that could help you, and you probably could get better help than me. People would probably likely help you, and you could become a great asset to society. Like I said earlier, I was about to say I once said, but earlier, I don't mean to be joking or nothing like that. And once again, I am a paranoid schizophrenic, so that's why I can be all over the place. And I understand that my thinking is still scattered, but it can improve greatly if you just take medication, get help, seek therapy, and just keep moving forward and trying to progress in life. So basically, that is my video, y'all. And I hope you like, comment, subscribe, share my video, hit the notification bell. What else? Like my video, okay? Share it once again, and I will see y'all in another video of my lotus flowers and my upcoming lotus flowers. Welcome to my channel, and I will see y'all in another one. Peace. I'm out. Bye bye.